Hello YouTube, Devin here again with another helmet video for you, and this is a very little known helmet despite how common they are on a lot of today's modern battlefields. You'll see a lot of these in Iraq today with the rebuilt Iraqi military using a lot of these. A lot of these were sent as aid to Iraq, but this one is pretty much unused, and it's actually from one of my favorite areas to collect militaria from because of how recent military conflicts have happened there on a grand scale. Now this is a Slovenian helmet, as you could see by the crest on there. I don't know if you know, but the Slovenians have that same kind of round three-peaked mountain on their flag, and this is their land forces logo. So and this is, again, like most Slavic things, it's just a sticker on the shell or a decal. So, but this is what's known as the MPC one or the t91 helmet. And this is the early version, and we'll go through both versions here. I'll tell you the differences. They're really cosmetic for the most part. So, but this is a Kevlar helmet, and it came out in the early 90s to replace the MPC helmet used by the Yugoslav military, which was essentially a copy of the Israeli Orlight helmet. And if you want to see what an Orlight helmet looks like, I have a video. My first video ever put up on this channel was actually of an Orlight. But they copied that as the MPC-1, and that was used by the Yugoslavs in the Yugoslav Wars, which is Yugoslavia encompassed what is modern-day Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia, Serbia, Montenegro, Kosovo, Macedonia, stuff like that. That was all Yugoslavia until 1996. So, and the very first breakaway was Slovenia in 1991. They broke away, and this helmet started the production the same year as the T91 or the MPC-1, which is an improvisation of the next generation behind the MPC, which was just a copy of the Orlight helmet. So it's got a different shape. It's very aggressively sloped on all sides, which I would guess would make it a very good helmet. It has this very chunky textured rubber rim on it, and it's got a nice smooth finish. This one's pretty much unworn. Now the difference between the early versions, which is this one, and the late versions are they're the same exact shell. They have the same exact suspension. The only difference is the chin strap is a little different. The late ones have a granulated shell, and they have kind of a thinner rubber rim on them. They don't have this big chunky textured one. But other than that, it's the same helmet. It's just slightly updated. So, but I wanted one of the early ones, and I got one here, and it's unused. So, and it has the original Slovenian sticker on it still, which is pretty hard to find as far as old as these helmets are. It's helmets older than I am, so dating myself a little bit there. But we'll take a look at the liner now, and the liner is pretty much a Pazgat style liner. It even adjusts the same at the crown. It has that little Velcro piece that you slide in the back to adjust the depth of the crown. It's got the same kind of clips that hold in the sweatband. The sweatband is padded though. I like this sweatband a lot better than the regular Pazgat ones. But the chin strap is very kind of simple. It's this slider buckle, this 3-point triangular slider buckle, and this adjusts up on this strap or back towards the nape. It's very simple. I wish there was kind of more adjustability in it, but it works. And they used a wide, I like this fabric they used. It's kind of a cotton, mostly cotton polyester blend, and it's wider than most other countries use. So it's like 1.5 inches as compared to 1. So it doesn't have a chin cup, but you can put this right on the point of your chin, and since the fabric has a little bit of stretch in it because of the cotton, it fits really nice, actually, and I didn't expect it to fit this nice or to be this comfortable, but since it's a mostly cotton, this fabric wants to flex really easy, and it wants to give a little bit, and that's nice, and I like that a lot, and it makes this a very, for as simple as this is, it makes it a very, very comfortable helmet. It's held in with the kind of Same A washer nut kind of combination you see on a Pasgat. So it's very simple. You could probably drop a Pasgat liner in here if you get a shell and it's real beat up. They're real cheap. So you could throw pretty much any chin strap you want in here. 4-point, 3-point, anything you can get, because as long as it'll fit into one of these rivets, you could customize this helmet and continue to make it work. This helmet has a lot of possibilities going for it, which is probably why Slovenia still uses it to an extent. They've changed the shell shape a little bit. They've given it a slight bill on their new helmet. But that's it. It's the same shape otherwise, other than now it has a slight bill. So, and they use the same liner, but the only difference between the chin strap on this early one and the late one is the early one adjusts with Velcro right here. So it routes through there and you adjust it, you pull it tight and you Velcro it. So, but the late one has the slider buckle like this on this side, but it's smaller. They shortened it down to 1-inch webbing instead of 1.5. And they have a smaller, same buckle just like this. And then the other one has like a normal like clip buckle. So like one of those little push in the side buckles, tension buckles. It has over here, and it has a chin cup actually, like you see on the Yugoslavian M5985, the same style of chin cup as that. So if you want to see what that looks like, go watch my Yugoslav helmet versions, my M59 through M89 video, to get some more detail on that liner, because this liner is pretty close to that. It uses the same type of fabric and everything. The only difference is that now they used a full nylon right here, which probably has a little bit less stretch and it's a little bit stronger than this. This tends to get cut real easy by these screws and stuff moving around. So they went to a full nylon like this, and the rest of the suspension is just sewn to it. So that makes it a pretty simple, pretty effective helmet, and I really like it. It has really nice coverage. A lot of these rubber rims, you'll find them, even on the late ones, will pull off. But you could just super glue those back in place. It's going to keep your helmet. It's so chunky and bouncy, it's going to keep your helmet intact for a very long time. This is a very, very rugged helmet. Now, it's made out of Kevlar. It's actually a little bit thinner than like the US ACH. It's a little bit thinner than that. So I'm guessing they probably didn't use a layer or two, or maybe they used a slightly different weave or slightly different resin. It's just as effective. I don't know. I'm not going to ballistically test this helmet, but these helmets are out there for cheap. You can find t91 helmets on sale on eBay and everywhere else for less than $100. They're around. So especially if you're a modern military collector, a lot of these are getting sent to Iraq now, and you can see them in the hands of both the opposition forces and the Iraqi army. So, but it seems very crude. You can see the layers of the Kevlar there. It's not really finished that much on the inside. There's some kind of air bubbles and overlap there. It's a very crude helmet, but it works. This is a very rugged, very simple, very cheap to produce Kevlar helmet, because it's all around good. I mean, I like it. I like it a lot. It's comfortable. It's simple. Everything's drop in. The screws are made out of stainless steel, so they won't rust. As long as you take care of this helmet will take care of you, and there's nothing really to go wrong on it. And if something does go wrong on it, you're a couple screws away from replacing it. So it's a just all around good helmet, and I went into wanting to not like this helmet. I went into my research and, my messing around with this helmet and trying it on and adjusting it and everything. And I really wanted to hate it. Like a lot of these kind of simpler helmets and early Kevlar helmets, I really, really wanted to hate it. But it's too good to hate. It's as simple as it is. Like the fabric and choices that they used make up for the lack of a chin cup and the ability to replace everything, and the fact that this helmet has been in use now for almost 30 years is great. I can see why they stuck with this design. I can see why they're giving the older versions like this as aid to other countries. This is a very good thing if you're like Iraq and you were using Corlon and steel helmets before this, to get this. This is probably the best thing you can get. Being a country that doesn't have a lot of infrastructure or anything to build, to be able to maintain modern helmets and stuff like that, this is a very good thing to have, because it's very easy to maintain on a large scale. So I'll pretty much wrap it up here. I'll give you one last look at the liner and everything like that. It adjusts here in the back just like an M1 or a Pazgat. Nothing to go wrong there. It's very simple, very point and click helmet. I really recommend you pick one of these up. Again, this is the MPC-1 or the t91, and it's from Slovenia. I really encourage you guys to look up the history of the Balkans too, and look up the Yugoslav wars. It's an area that's really, really forgotten, and it really shouldn't be. There's a lot of good stuff coming out of the Balkans as far as military surplus goes, stuff like this. I recommend you take a look, especially if you're looking for something cheap or if you're looking for something to start collecting. This is a very good place to start, would be any of those Balkan countries I listed in the former Yugoslavia. You could find a lot of stuff for cheap if you really wanted to start collecting. So feel free to leave me a comment. Hopefully you liked this video. Hopefully you subscribed and everything like that. I would love to hear from you guys. I would love to see your helmet collection as well. If there's anything else you'd like to see, drop me a comment. If you have any specific favorite countries, I probably have a helmet from there, and I would love to do a video on it for you. I take requests. I'm probably going to start here this weekend doing some other videos, such as like camouflage and other on equipment and stuff, just to see how you guys like that, and I'll test the waters. If you want to see anything specific other than helmets, drop me a line. I would love to start taking suggestions for those to make videos for the weekend. So, as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.